thinking of starting a business in Sarawak or already running one but need more support?
You dwell into business not knowing whether you'll survive or not. Nowadays, the youth have that good ample opportunity for you to understand about business before you start business.
From youth startups to SMEs, explore how smart partnerships help you to grow and succeed. Entrepreneurs, tune in to Decimal Point. Sarawak's economy is increasingly driven by young entrepreneurs, especially micro, small and medium enterprises or MSMEs, many led by young Sarawakians. But success takes more than individual effort. Today, we speak to the Sarawak Entrepreneur Association on how a strong support network can help emerging entrepreneurs of Sarawak build greater stability. Right, Encik Nizam, as the president of the Sarawak Entrepreneur Association, who has championed so much in terms of networking for youth and local SMEs as well, what are the key achievements so far that many Sarawakians may not know about?
So Sarawak Entrepreneur Association, a little bit of background, it was established in 2014. So it roughly have been around since about 11 years ago. So it has champion for the young entrepreneurs, especially for the micro entrepreneurs. And the key component is that we are considered a body that assists the government to engage with all of their initiative. For example, grants, incentive. We are considered the platform provider to our members and giving them information on how to apply for the grant and how to maneuver through all this process. Besides that, we are considered the voice for our members. Any issues relating to high cost rising of cost doing business, in terms of how to apply all the relevant authorities, in terms of the relevant certificate that you need, approvals. We are considered the body that provide information to the government. So we are considered stronger as a voice rather than being an individual. So among the activities and the highlights that I would like to mention is we organize a lot of programs relating to entrepreneurship. Among it is one of the programs is called Business Model Canvas, where they provide some insights to especially young entrepreneurs or micro entrepreneurs on how to actually understand their business. I'll give you some of the examples. Some of the micro entrepreneurs in F&B, they just started doing business without understanding what are the mechanisms in it. Like for example, menu engineering, where it's not really just talking about engineering, but on how to price your costs. Especially when it involves costs like this from Grabs, maybe when they do some calculation, in the end of the day, they're actually losing money. So this is something that to help them to understand their business before they start doing the business. So beside that, we are also doing Start Business Challenge that focus on certain areas, like for example, AI technologies, doing some pitching on green technologies. So we also have a platform or a program where if you need some sort of grants, for example, so we have this program where you can pitch your ideas and we as a mentor give you feedback on the direction where to move about. Because obviously, if you look at the environment today, there are so many governments, there are so many different agencies, so you can get confused. And if you don't get the right direction, you might take longer than the usual path. Right. So we have this Start Business Challenge where this can help you to assist you. Besides that, we also dwell into a bit more complicated programs such as cost management, talent management. So we help the business owner to manage their own talent management inside their business. So these are some few of the programs that I would like to highlight.
And what kind of programs that, Sarawak governments have already put in place for all these entrepreneurs? I mean, and are you participating in those as part of the Sarawak Entrepreneur Association?
Yeah, maybe the first step to understanding doing business is to know what industry that you want to go in. So that's why doing business at a younger age, it is more viable compared to doing it at a later stage. It's not to say that you can't do business at a later stage. KFC founder, he started his journey at the age of 65. But when you start your business at a younger age, the risk of failing means that you can actually improve further and you have ample time to improve your business opportunities. But the first step is to understand what is the key business that you want to go in. And how to do this is back to the business model canvas that I mentioned to you just now. So that is one of the program where you can highlight, for example, SWOT analysis. So it will tell you what is the strength and what is the weakness and what is the opportunity and what is the threats of doing in particular business. But if you were to ask me, young generation, they like to do F&B business. Coffees, as particularly, and then foods. These are favorite things. A young entrepreneur would like to do. Yeah,
it's trendy.
Yeah, it's trendy. Yeah. If you talk about young associations, we have about 1,000. But if you were to talk about the overall, let me just share a bit. We have a bigger family. So I do focus on young entrepreneurship. Nevertheless, we do have a bigger family. And overall, under the Sarawak Business Federation, we have more than 20,000+ members throughout the whole Sarawak. Of course, business is actually your own risk. We are here to assist you. Nevertheless, the risk still belongs to the owner themselves. Of course, when we talk about trying to make it into a reality, there is a lot of steps that are probably initiative that they can go through. What I can say is the association itself can help you in terms of a platform to give you advice, to give you direction. But we don't really offer a very full spectrum because that's where the opportunity, you can get it from the government. Because the government offers a better, obviously the government have money. I think one of the things is about cost. So we are more specific oriented to tailor to certain needs. For example, when you want to start and so on. So what we'll do is after that, for you to understand whether your business is viable or not. Of course, we want to know your viability of your business, economic of scale of your business. After understanding the opportunity, you can participate in a lot of the government programs that can tailor suit to you from A to Z. Yeah. I don't mind to share it to you maybe furthermore. Yeah. So like for example, I'll give you one of the government initiative by the Ministry of Youth and Entrepreneur Development. Is the name of the program is called Sarawak Youth Startup. This initiative is led by the Minister, Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, together with Yang Berhormat Dr. Ripin. They are the minister for this ministry. Actually, it's a 8 days boot camp. Yeah, nowadays is being a business. Actually, you can go for this kind of boot camp. Compared to 50 years ago, business is a risk. You dwell into business not knowing whether you survive or not. It's hard work. So nowadays the youth have that good, ample opportunity for you to understand about business before you start business. So this boot camp is actually covers from how to register your business with relevant authorities, to where to get your financings, to understand what are the component of business, for example, marketing, management, business operations, how to get certifications, halal certifications, especially for F&B, and what kind of business model for you to operate within that scope. And all of these are, I wouldn't say cram, because to learn, like myself, to learn business, it took me years. But 8 days is a good amount of days to start. Nowadays, the first day of the boot camp, they'll talk about mindset, how to become a business mindset.
Having a great business idea is just a start. Entrepreneurs face challenges from limited capital to sales, marketing, and staying competitive. What mindset should Sarawakans adopt to overcome these hurdles and achieve their goals? So tell us more about those programs that you mentioned and what kind of initiatives or plans are in place to aid all these young entrepreneurs to turn their ideas into real businesses.
A little bit on myself, I started business probably about 15 years ago. And during that time, there wasn't so much of opportunities as what we have today. So that's why when I was appointed as the president and holding other positions in certain NGOs, I highlighted these are the key initiatives that they can take and revamp and offer it to young entrepreneurs. Like for myself, when we started business, nobody tell us a way to register our business. We have to do it ourselves. And there wasn't any ChatGPT. There wasn't any, I think during that time, there was a website already, but it wasn't really straightforward. Yeah. The next issue was finance.
Correct.
Finance wasn't easy for us. We have to use our own money. I don't mind to share it here between me and my wife. We have Prodigy Music Center. We took our own money. And we delay a bit our honeymoon. We use our money and we consider register our business just after we got married. So we have to put the element of our business and our personal life together. So there's a bit of sacrifice there. But nowadays, it's a bit different. Finance is just tip of your fingertips. Like for example, I think the state government have engaged with Affin Bank. I heard Affin Bank now is as long as you have a business, they'll give you financing. So I don't think financing is an option. Yeah, of course, during that time, there wasn't really much of consider programs that can give you a very business mindset kind of ideas. So nowadays, like I'm pretty sure the first day of the boot camp, they'll talk about mindset, how to become a business mindset. So during that time, there wasn't this kind of boot camp around, or if it was around, it would probably be very expensive. I think we all know there were so many especially in the national level. We have a lot of big consider artists who were giving this kind of program. They cost you hundreds of thousands just 1 year. So maybe during that time, I wasn't able to afford it. But my business journey came with, I was working full time. I would say during that time, the most advanced technological tool was WhatsApp that avoided us to, we'll be able to discuss with our client without having to see them face to face. That is considered the most technological tools advanced during that year. That was 2009 or 2010. So it took me about a couple of years to become brave and to stand out on my own. And it was an easy journey because the first thing on our mind is we are family members. Of course, there are question marks or whether we can sustainable, this business. And even during that time, I was doing two business, but like I mentioned to you, our music business, we are doing it in an area where music is not really a thing. So, of course, there are so many questions arises to that. But like I mentioned, it's not the success of that business is not just about me. Actually, the government itself play a role, especially like in the creative industry. So we know that the creative industry have progressed since 2010, and that contributes because it opened up mindsets to other people, and not just about my business, like other business as well. And when you talk about coffee, for example, probably 15 years ago, it wasn't as trendy as now. But nowadays, it's more of, a Starbucks kind of level of coffee. There's so many coffees, pop up nowadays.
Yes, a lot of different brands.
It seems that trendy business, it is there. It's very different from 15 years ago.
Correct.
So, yeah.
All right, Encik Nizam, as an entrepreneur group, you have reached beyond borders such as Brunei, namely with the setup of the Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office startup in Brunei. I mean, what is its current status today?
When Premier have announced, I believe in the year 2024, his initiative to open up a Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office first was established in Singapore, and in 2024 they wanted to establish in Brunei. I thought that this is a very good opportunity for us to be involved. Besides the government, the private sector have to use this opportunity to understand where the direction of the government and to fully utilize it to our advantage. So when I hear that announcement, the first thing I thought, there must be an association in Brunei that is similar vision of what Sarawak is all about. And Sarawak and Brunei, we are considered neighbors. And the way that I look at it, neighbors should use this opportunity to see what synergy opportunities that we can work together in, especially in this scenario is in business. So we approached the government. This startup is under the Mintrade, and we have contacted them. We spell out our ideas, and they like our ideas, which is to foster a relationship between these two associations. Now, the association that I'm talking about is Young Entrepreneur Association of Brunei. They consider the association that is similar or equivalent of our status in Sarawak. So when we engaged them, they were also very excited of what we have proposed. So after a few discussion and meetings, we have come into formalized into a memorandum of understanding. So inside of the understanding, let me just give a summary about it.
Yeah, sure.
Is that we want to foster relationship between members in Sarawak, the MSMEs in Sarawak, and the MSMEs in Brunei. And in that relationship, we highlight certain issues that probably, let's say, lacking in Brunei, for example, maybe in terms of they might have a smaller amount of land that, for example, in their products, they need, for example, farming, they need bigger land. They can actually come to Sarawak and maybe find a partner that they can build business with. And this, the way I look at it, this is a very good opportunity. And that was in 2024. And we did foster MOU, and it was witnessed by our Premier, the Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak, Yang Amat Berhormat Tan Sri Bang Johari bintu Abang Ji Hopeng, and that is a very proud moment for me. Now, moving forward to 1 year later, 2025, I would say that I can see a lot of opportunities already arise. Some of the initiatives that I can mention is ESG. We are going to organize ESG program where both state and nation, we're going to come together and understand a bit furthermore where can we collaborate in this ESG, because ESG now is important. Number two, we have seen a few of the business community in Brunei that require land, for example, like if I'm not mistaken, the brand is Cinta, the name of the chili sauce is Cinta. They have managed to come to an understanding with a local businesses in Lawas, if I'm not mistaken, and they are going to plant a lot of chilies there, which will be exported to Brunei. So you can see this is a synergy that our leaders have thought about, and the way I look at it is we need to have more of this initiative working together, and that will be complemented by startup. Obviously, the first platform that you can go through is startup themselves. I believe they have a website, or Mintrade might have their website. You can Google it. But I would recommend you can join to our website, joinsea.org. From there, you can contact us and we'll provide you with further information.
I see.
Definitely, we don't mind to share. Come become our members. Yeah. We want real outcomes. We want quality jobs, we want to have affordable living, access to funding, and most important, a fair opportunity.
Looking ahead, we reflect on past achievements and challenges and how Sarawak fits into the bigger picture. It is especially important for Sarawakan youth and entrepreneurs to understand the state's vision and work with it to turn plans into real opportunities. Despite all this growth and support programs, I'm pretty sure young entrepreneurs still face their challenges. In your opinion, what are some of the obstacles that can be seen today? I mean, namely digitalization, the access to financing markets. What are initiatives being placed?
When we talk about digitalization, probably a lot of entrepreneurs, especially the micros, their first thing come to mind is probably the cost of the investment that they need to do.
Yes.
They will look at the return of investment and to see whether it's worth it or not. So this is where the government comes in. And the way I look at it, during the budget announcement recently the 2026 recent budget by Sarawak government and even Madani government, I noticed that a lot of incentives are given for digitalization. I give you one example. Under the Sarawak government, we have a GLC called Sarawak Digital Economic Corporation, and they provide many incentives. One of it is SME Digitize, where they will actually cover for all your equipments related to digitalizations.
Yes.
Besides that, maybe for FMB, they will give you POS system that allow you to keep track of all your cash and all your payments. And not to forget this high-tech industry, like for example farming, where they provide drones. So this is something consider not a question anymore whether you will have a high cost for your initial investment for digitalization. Besides that, there are many also offered by the federal government, especially 5,000 ringgit on digitalization of your businesses. And usually you can find this through your local service provider like Maxis and Celcom. And they can help you in terms of that by providing you equipments and services.
Right, earlier in Nizam, you were touching also on the budget. I mean, from your perspective, you were talking about the national budget and also the Sarawak State Budget 2026. Is there an integration between the two?
So the alignment between the national and the federal budget highlights that artificial intelligence nowadays is not just a supporting tool. It's actually a central enabler. And you can see the federal initiative by producing a national AI action plan or framework 2026 to 2030. And this is complemented by the state initiative by establishing a Sarawak Artificial Intelligence Center, which I probably will be starting soon. And you can see that both of these budget aligns and complement each other.
All right, Engineer Nizam, I mean, from the rakyat's point of view, what do people usually look for when a national budget or minister plan is being drafted, especially youths, SMEs, entrepreneurs alike as well? And also, what role should national leadership play in this, in turning these plans into real opportunities, particularly in Sarawak?
People, rakyat, we want real outcomes. You know, we want quality jobs, we want to have affordable living, access to funding, and most important, a fair opportunity. So national leaders, including the state leaders, must ensure that the policies that they created are clear. Not only that, you have to effectively implement it, and it has to be a success, because the outcome of this as a whole, it translates into a real economic opportunities, and it will translate to the betterment of the people, or the rakyat, and the livelihood. And this, especially the young entrepreneurs nowadays, they are also able to, you know, to vote and stuff like this. They watch all of these initiatives, and whatever that the leaders do, they are watching. And the way I look at it, if you can give what they want, and by your outcomes, that will determine your success. That's the way I look at it. So people, the rakyat, the youth, the MSMEs, they want real outcomes from whatever they plan.
Sarawak's emerging entrepreneurs are shaping the state's future, creating jobs, driving innovation, and boosting Malaysia's economy. With the right support and vision, these ideas can turn into real opportunities. See you next time for more business ideas on Decimal Point.